This podcast is brought to you by listeners like you through Patreon and Coffee.com. Thank you. We're also brought to you by Libris Arcana. Stay tuned during this podcast for more information and promo codes. So you're in this section, and it's a little bit darker. There's fewer wall sconces. It's kind of in an alcove, so the large chandeliers in the middle of this building aren't fully shining in it. You notice that there is a whole empty shelf that the person who just arrived with the pulley cart of books is starting to stack, and near the front there is a large cabinet with many pull-out drawers for a card system.
I'm assuming she has the card on her.
So I'm gonna age myself so badly here now. So do you remember, or have you ever encountered an old library system where they have everything on cards that says where they're at within the library?
I think I remember something like that last time I went.
Yeah, it's super old. Everything's been replaced digitally now. But back in the day, you would use this system to find subjects and or authors, and you would basically take the card, see where it's at numerically in the Dewey Decimal System, which I'm going to say this library probably has something very similar to that. And then you go to it, to the book. And that's the process you have to do to find a book in this area.
She's also going to, I don't know if I can do this. She's going to encode thoughts and then encode thoughts and detect thoughts so she can transfer the information from the card to Rayanne.
Okay, so let's see. Are you telling her that you're going to do this beforehand?
Yeah, sorry, I was just about to. She just goes, I'm going to transfer some thoughts for you, if that's all right. It'll be easier for you to find things.
All right. Whatever makes it easier.
So, do you look for the card yourself then, Audra?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a investigation check with advantage, since you do know this library. 17. That is good enough. So you start finding titles for the First Mother. And there are a good bunch of books. Roll me a 1d100, Audra.
Go!
Oh, wow. Okay. So there are approximately 97 titles in this section alone about the First Mother and or her the First Mother's children.
Do they have like carts or something where you can just load up on a bunch?
Yeah, they definitely have carts. The one guy who came in before you has one of those carts and is unloading it. They have extra carts for people to go around. And you notice that the card system has been updated, and that the books the man is loading are some of the books within that 97.
Oh. Pardon me. I hate to bother you, but we really do need some of those books. Is that all right if we borrow this?
Oh, that's all of a sudden. Gee, I didn't know moving these books would have been so important. I've kind of been slacking off the last few hours. It was an order from the council to move them in. Yeah, sure. I don't know what you want with a old dead wizard, but be my guest. And he points at the cart. Anything in particular?
Just all of them, really, and Rayanne. Weren't you looking for specific things, too?
Just general information about this lady and also her children. What is she? More or less, what is she? And what she possibly could be after. If she were to hypothetically exist, that is.
Since the man seems to know a little bit about her, she's gonna turn to him and just ask, well, based on what she said, do you know anything more that would be more helpful to her?
Well, I know that Thelmer Magnus, or his friends called him Skippy, will claim to be one of the children of the first mother.
Falmor?
Yeah.
Magnus, huh? Never heard that one, but...
Yep. He was one of the founders of this college, actually. Great wizard. They can say that well, there's rumors that he kind of came back once in a while to help when things got a little dicey. But, you can't really always believe what you hear around here. And he puts back some of the books that he was actually like putting on the shelf and goes, well, if you need all these books, here you go.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
And he nods. And so you guys start collecting many, many books. Alonzo, you were going down the stairs. You have your bag of dirt from a freshly dug grave. You have the moss of a hangman trees, and you have that candle made from a baby animal's fat.
I have all my things. Is Norik following me?
Nope.
Nope, he's out. Everyone's out. It's just you solo, man.
All right. I'm going to go over to that altar. I don't have a light source, do I? I'm going to have to light like a separate candle. Well, you know what? I'll just light the candle. I'll light the candle that I'm supposed to use because I need to light the fire from it anyway.
Yeah, you might as well.
Yeah,
and,
opportunistic.
You smell the like sickeningly sweet fat of the candle, and for some reason, it seems like the darkness that was challenging everyone's eyesight beforehand actually starts kind of going away because of this candle.
I'm going to stalk right over the altar, and Alonzo's face is kind of twitching a little bit. And he's going to throw down... I'm going to make sure I get these instructions right.
Okay.
Let me see. Yeah, okay, so I throw down the dirt and the moss right on top of it. And he's going to light it with the candle. He's just glaring, and his hand's kind of shaking.
Do you say any prayers?
Not to the goddess, not to the gods that the altar is dedicated to. Actually, yeah, he says no prayers.
He says no prayers. Okay.
He's just gonna let it burn. He drops the candle, lights it, and drops the candle on it, and steps back.
And first, it just starts off as like wood popping, like fresh plants kind of burning in a very hot, intense fire. Even though it's not that intense yet, there's still that sound. And then there's some kind of whistling of like, have you ever heard a slug actually slip into a campfire?
I have not, but I can imagine.
Yeah, it's a pretty foul smell that's gloopy and horrible. And there's that. And then there is actually screaming. Can you roll me a wisdom saving throw?
I can do that.
And it don't bother you at all.
I'm staring down the flames.
And it starts really roaring on fire. Not bad enough that it's going to burn down the house, even though it does try to look like that by somehow making an illusion spell, but the fire's a lot smaller than what it's trying to appear. And it's trying to give you all signs that this is a horrible thing to do. But you're seeing through that. We're going to pause things for a moment and have a word from our sponsors. This podcast is brought to you by listeners like you through Patreon and Ko-fi.com. Thank you. We're also brought to you by Libris Arcana. Do you like role-playing games but you have no dice? Are you a dice dragon and just need a horde dice? Libris Arcana has you covered. Libris Arcana offers both a monthly and quarterly subscription to get dice. Yeah, that's right. They send you dice monthly or every 3 months. They also sell individual dice sets and great leather protective book covers for your gaming manuals. Go to www.librisarcana.com. That's LIBRISARCANA.com to find out more. And if you use the promo code SwordfallFan, you get a discount. Look in the description below for more details. And now back to the story.
Burn. Burn and be gone.
Yes. Burn and be gone. You hear Mr. Tangle behind you without even a drop of water.
So you finally showed up?
I was busy.
Of course you were.
What is wrong?
I thought you paid more attention than that. Someone went to your house, apparently. Well, your plane of existence because of this altar.
It seems like someone was having fun.
Not fun. Ignorance. Errantry. Stupidity. I was the same once. And you know what? Someone took me and showed me the way. You took me and showed me the way. And I tried to do the same, but I guess we're not the same person. I guess I'm just not. And he just struggles there, and his face has gone blank, and it's kind of twitching.
Do I hear sadness in your voice?
You know me, Mr. Tangled. I do not do friendships. It's not that. It's been a trying few days. It's not important.
No. It is important. You lost an ally, at least. Someone that struck a chord with you. You can cry in front of me. You can cry in front of me.
And he just struggles for a minute, and his eyes kind of shine a little bit, and he's just like, I can't cry. I never cry.
And
he's just going to stand there, and the flames are dancing in his wet eyes.
And you just feel a pat on your shoulder, like a nice, firm, understanding pat.
And Alonso just kind of nods slowly. I knew you'd understood.
I've lost many friends in the past, many worshippers, and even some loves. Losing things, it's not fun. And these bitches deserve burning.
Pleasure to watch them burn. I feel... No, I don't feel. I've already lost plenty. It's a waste. It's not me. He was young. He could have been so much. He was just a child, really. And he could have he was young like I once was. He could have been more. He just needed a guiding hand, and I guess my hand wasn't enough.
Sometimes you can give a push. You can pull them. But the young, they sometimes just go wherever they want. Unfortunately, it was where I'm at. And from what I've heard from the winds, from the screams, he did not go down without a fight.
Thank you. Me that I would went down than have it hanging over my head. That still be you know it's easier. It's just it's sad to see so much they could have told.
Alonzo, you feel the presence of Tangle fade away as the fire crackles and pops more. The light becomes brighter as the magical darkness starts to fade away from the room. The heat of the fire becomes so intense that it starts making the basement very uncomfortable, but this eventually passes. It takes a long while, but the fire eventually extinguishes itself out as the entire altar and the totems fade away from existence, only leaving a burn mark on the wall. You stand there alone, with only the light of the candle, which eventually goes out. So, Nork, you were going to go out and do some errands?
Oh yeah, just going out, and once Rayanne and Austere had walked off,
Mm-hmm.
he let them go, and then he went gathered up any supplies that he had that he might need for the day,
Uh-huh.
and walked off, and he went. Actually, it's been a while since that episode with the egg merchant. I didn't take good enough notes. The egg merchant was mentioning where to find a particular tea set he's looking for. So, was it really far out of town?
He said... did he give you the full instructions?
I can't
He's
recall.
not a
It's been a
butthole,
while.
so yes, he probably did give you the full instructions, because he does want that tea set back.
Yeah.
Next, are you taking her birdage ride? That's the next question.
If it's some distance to go, then yes. But if it's super far, then
So it's only about 6 miles to the
okay.
next town.
That's doable.
Yeah, that's only a few hours walk on. Well, a little bit more than just 2 hours because you move a little. Well, no, you moved about appropriate because you're a monk. So, yeah, it would take you like a couple hours to get there, a couple hours to get back.
I'll bring Herberto with some basic supplies. I'll just say, all right, we're gonna go on a little trip here. Something that the egg merchant, whom you seem to know, he gave me a task, and I kind of want to check it out.
Herberta nods.
This doesn't seem like you and the egg merchant have any particular quarrel.
She shakes her head. And agreement that there is no quarrel between those two.
Well then, let's be off. And Norik will ride her Berta towards the next town over.
So there's actually a well-used road between Swordfall and Chipton. Give me a history check in general. Let's see what you know about Chipton.
Not much.
You've heard at least its name. You know it's on the coast. And that's basically all you know. And there was something else about Chipton that you can't really remember. It was something about shipping, but you don't remember everything. So, roll me a survival check. Let's see if you can find your way there by the road. It will be with advantage. So, you know, you are
on my way out of town. Since I'm not the most familiar with Chipton, I'll just be asking someone, is this the road to Chipton this way?
Oh, aye, it is. And what business do you have out there?
Oh, I'm paying a friend a visit.
Huh. Whoa, must be a nice fancy dancy friend.
My friends, they come from all walks of life.
Well, you just mind your pockets there? Because, well, things could get mighty expensive, and, well, if people see you can actually afford a bite, he might try to steal from you as well.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes, just follow the signs and you can't miss it. Especially with that eyesore by the coast.
Right then. Thank you.
This podcast is powered by listeners like you. Thanks. Please like, comment, rate, share, and subscribe wherever you can. Consider supporting us through Patreon, Ko-fi.com, or by hitting the listener support button on our Anchor.fm page. Follow and interact with us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Discord. For all these links, look in the description below. If you liked our podcast, consider listening to these other great podcasts.
Greetings, listeners. Are you looking to add more D&D fun to your lineup? Then be sure to check out Party Advantage, a D&D 5th edition play podcast featuring 2 campaigns alternating each week. In the Arius adventures, you'll set off into the land of Arius. From the ancient dragon gods that created this world to the rise and fall of various races and civilizations, this land has history that stretches far into times long forgotten. Our heroes find themselves on a journey that will take them to the busy city of gnomes, the gilded halls of the High Elves, and to the deepest depths of the Underdark. Then in the Farwind saga, you'll travel with our group of anti-heroes for their suspense-filled exploits as they explore the enigmatic continent of Farwind. This is an ancient land lost to the histories of Faerun, where mystery and danger shroud the deep forest, forbidden mountains, and dark mires. Yet every risk offers tantalizing rewards to those brave enough to take them. Will these parties gain the advantage on their next encounter? Find out every Wednesday on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. See you then.